Welcome to the Academy of Photography. If you cannot do great things, just do small things in a great way. I'm Christian Tudor, and today I would like to play with my flash, and I would like to teach you an exercise how you can actually control your flash and to avoid the fear that everyone has about the unpredictability of the flash. So today I'm going to teach you a simple exercise. This will be good for any flashes, it doesn't matter the brand, it can be Canon, Nikon, Sony, whatever, Yongnuo or whatever. Just grab your flash and I'm going to teach you an exercise, very easy, how you can actually understand what the flash is going to give you, what's the amount of light it's going to give you, and what is the width of the cone. So what I have done today is just set up my flash on a tripod with a wireless trigger. So I am controlling the flash remotely with a very cheap wireless trigger. It costs, I don't know, 15-20 bucks on eBay. If you want to do it this way, you don't need to spend the money, but I can promise you this will help you actually photographing what the flash does. You're gonna photograph the flash itself, and you're gonna understand how the flash works and how it's gonna give it to you. Just imagine the flash is like the shower head. You can turn on the shower, you can turn on the power, you can control the amount of water that the shower is gonna give you, and you can control the width of the cone. So what I'm gonna do today, I am going to go through all the settings of the flash, and I'm gonna shoot exactly what the flash is gonna give me. I have set up my camera on manual mode. I'm not gonna modify the camera settings just to prove the point, and we are playing with the flash only, so the camera is gonna give me every time the same result. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna set up the flash in manual mode, fully manual mode, of course. We just want to see what the minimum power and the maximum power will give us, so you can actually visualize how much light you're going to have in your scene. Right now my flash is on manual mode, and I am choosing the smallest power, which is 128th of 1 unit, so 1/128. I have set up the camera in manual mode. So I have set up just for illustration purposes, 1/25th of a second, ISO 100, and I'm going to choose a aperture 5.6. That's about it. I don't want to worry about anything else. So I'm just going to take a shot. Obviously it's in manual focus, so we don't need to worry about focus again. So what I want to see is exactly how much light the flash is going to give me. Okay, first shot, beautiful. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna show you the first shot quickly. Image number 1. I'm going to increase my power to 64th of 1 unit. So it's 1 divided by 64. Obviously it's a bit more light. So right now I am going to go 132. So 32, 1 divided by 32. Obviously more light. I'm just going to continue. It should not take long. 1/16. And it's very good because I actually can see the cone and I can see the spread of the light. Moving on. Okay. 1/8. Obviously it's more light, so it's starting to have a bit more and more. 1/4, so 1/4. Now we're getting light. Half of the flash power. That's a lot of light. And full power. This is full power. Remember, this is on manual settings, and we probably are going to get a bit a burned image. Obviously it's overexposed, but you can see the difference now. You can compare between the lowest setting of the flash and the highest settings of the flash. So I would suggest you do this exercise for yourself. You need to test your own flash. It doesn't matter. Some flashes are different. Some flashes will have the same power. The purpose of this exercise is to visualize and to have on the back of your mind how much light your flash is going to give you. I am going to continue this exercise and I'm going to talk to you about the flash zoom. The flash has a zoom. The light inside the flash varies and the cone will vary. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to change the camera settings. I'm going to choose one of the middle settings of the flash. So with these settings I can see the cone perfectly. And I'm going to go 1/4. Actually I'm going to go 1/8. I'm going to set my flash on 1/8. And I'm going to play with the zoom. If your flash doesn't have a zoom, that means this exercise does not apply to you. So the zoom is basically expressed in millimeters. It's basically very similar with the lens. The wider the lens, the smaller the focal distance and the smaller the number. So my zoom, my widest zoom is 24 millimeters. It's basically like a 24 millimeter lens. I'm gonna take it now. So I can see now the widest. This is image number 9. Playing with the zoom again, 28. Probably it's not going to be a big difference. It still flashes. Okay. And we're going to have a look on the computer later to see exactly what we're talking about. Continuing 35 mil. It's more narrow. I'm starting to see 50 mil. It's getting narrow. It's becoming like a telephoto lens. $80 mil, even more narrow. We are starting to actually see the shape a little bit rectangular. 105 millimeters. I have reached the limit of the zoom on my flash. As you will see in the image, the cone is starting to become rectangular. It's starting to pick up actually this shape of the flash. Before I go, I just wanted to show you something interesting. When I purchased my flash a while ago, I just wanted to understand what is the difference between shooting with a flash and trying to use a modifier. I was just curious, I just wanted to play, and I built myself a modifier, which is basically cardboard with a bit of transparent paper. I wanted to see the difference in results, just shooting with the flash directly and adding something to it. This is probably a bit impractical to take it with you, but there's a lot of light modifiers on the market. You can select whatever you want, however you want. I don't believe it's making a difference unless you use a really large umbrella, and it also depends on the distance to your subject. So I'm just going to test it once to show you the result. I'm going to use the flash on the minimum zoom, so the smallest cone, and I'm going to put this on so you can see the difference. The flash's zoom is still 105, so that means the narrowest cone. I'm just going to take a shot. A big difference. Obviously it's a big difference, but as mentioned before, feel free to play, feel free to build something up, or feel free to buy something for your flash if you want to. This was just for illustration purposes. That's about it for today. The purpose of this exercise, as already mentioned, is to get you a little bit of understanding how your flashes work. So do this exercise, try to play it a few times, try to get it a little bit further away than a wall and see exactly what happens, and you're gonna understand and visualize how much light you can count on in any situation. I hope this helped. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumb up. Do not forget to subscribe. Go on the Academy of Photography website, leave your email, and you're gonna be part of our newsletter list, and you're gonna receive news every week. Thank you for watching. Until I see you next time, I wish you happy shooting. Thank you very much.